Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Appreciate it as always. Uh, Dan Phillips, of course, with the 5x5, who shouldn't have heard me because I just came on the screen, but whatever. So, a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. There is never a day where there's nothing going on. There's always some shit popping off or questionable. So, what the title was about, What Comes Next Should Scare You, is something interesting I just saw earlier today. So we're going to talk about it in a little bit. But Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. Joe, Evolving, Let's Go, Jeep Dog, Little Lone Prepper, William, Groundhog, Elaine, Get Grimes, Adam, Tom Tom, Flown Grown WTC, thank you for the 5x5. 1217, thank you for the 5x5. Bush Pig, Crow, Bass, Cowboy, and Woody, whatever the hell that is. Thank you for the 5x5. Water Tiger, Uptech, Maria, thank you for the 5x5. Sarita, Derek, Lori, Sojourner, Prepper Revelator, thank you for the 5x5. Thank you for the 1679 by 1679. Nancy, Speedy, thank you for the 5x5. And Piney Patriot, thank you for the 5x5. So, it looks like I might be headed down to down south somewhere. Bear and his group are doing recon, and there's a lot of destruction down there. So I could almost guarantee that if I went down there, I would probably stop off somewhere and help because there's just a lot of destruction. Speedy, Steven, Mr. T, Master Blaster, Not Bob, Ben, Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Occult Prepper, excuse me. SD Dear Girl, Christian, Who Flung, thank you for the 5x5. Mr. Action, thank you for the 5x5. Beef and Chicken, Never Ending Project, and Be Gay 65, thank you for the 5x5. Yeah, so Prepper Revelator said the Dow was down 1,600 points, right? 1,679 points. Not the end of the world. And if I'm not mistaken, either Trump or some financial expert said that this was going to happen, right? People were going to panic, knee-jerk reaction, whatever it is. You got some people saying that they're trying to set Trump up for a downfall. I listen. Trump said that this was going to get bad. I mean, he said it was going to get pretty bad. So we can't be surprised. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Prepper Nurse One, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, so he said it was going to get bad. So let's just wait till everything settles. Wait till the dust settles. Nice one. Johnny Thurwitz says the stock market is terrified. Very good. Do I think that the tariffs are bad? I see why he's doing it. I know I just learned that a lot of other countries have tariffs on our goods, or rather, right, our goods. So, and goods leaving their country into us, there's tariffs. So he's doing the same thing, and they don't like it. I mean, he might be a little heavy-handed with it. I don't know the percentage of how bad it is from other countries to us and vice versa. But nonetheless, the world doesn't like him right now. So we have to wait and see where this is going to go. He is definitely rocking the boat. I don't necessarily think in a good way, but again, we'll see. And I'm not talking about the tariff thing. I'm just talking about this whole Elon Musk shit. I think Elon Musk is that evil genius we've seen in movies. I think, and that's my personal opinion about him. And I never trusted that man, like ever. Before Elon Musk was in the position he's in now, I never trusted that man. Never. And you guys have heard me call him, like an alien and he's weird and all this other bullshit before. But now that he is in some actual power, which I think he was probably in power before, but he's in some actual power now, it just doesn't look right. And again, with that Chat GPT Gov and how they're looking to activate it or institute it in the government, in the federal government computer system for AI to take over, that shit ain't good. Can you cover what we should buy in light of the dust settling? Anything and everything you can get your hands on. In fact, it might be a little too late, but those solar chargers or power banks, whatever you want to call them, those were something to buy. Now there's going to be a few sales coming up, and when they are, I will let you guys know. I know Amazon has sales on them from time to time. You should definitely start buying those up before things get really out of hand. Those are good. Obviously, food, water, but tariffs shouldn't affect food and water unless you're getting some exotic shit from somewhere else. You should be fine there. Electronics are what you might want to start looking at, and electronics that are going to help you in a grid down scenario, whatever that might be, whatever you might need. But you should definitely look at it. Someone said, correct, I never liked Elon. Yeah, listen, again, the thing with Elon is if somebody has a punchable face, I don't like them. And they normally don't let me down. Normally. You look at somebody, you're like, I want to punch him in the fucking face. They're normally an asshole. And I am, like, almost never wrong about that. So when you have a punchable face, you're just like a dick. The TV show I'm watching, The Pit, on HBO Max, with, was it Noah Wildley? Noah Wild from ER. He's a doctor on this show. And there's a girl on there who's a punchable face. And she's an asshole on the show. So I'm just like, I wonder if it's like a genetic thing. Like if they have a punchable face, are they an asshole? But anyway, not the point. Point is that he's not a, I don't think he's a good dude. Like, not at all. And I definitely saw that beforehand. And all of this shit he's doing within the federal government and firing people and letting them go. I don't know. I mean, again, could he just be cleaning house and then let's see where everything goes afterwards? He could be doing that. There's a lot of things that are going on that, unfortunately, we have to wait and see how it plays out. I don't trust Musk at all. I don't like the fact that Trump is allowing Musk to use the Oval Office to talk, period. That I don't like. That should never fucking happen. Yeah, a lot of people like punchable face. I mean, like, you look at a dude. You ever looked at a baby and like, that fucking kid looks like, because there's some kids out there that got punchable faces. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at a kid a couple times and like, I would backhand the shit out of little. And normally those kids are assholes. Those are the ones that are fucking like terrorizing the stores and breaking shit. Yeshua, yes, I am still a firefighter. Or rather, I'm a firefighter again. I've been a firefighter for a year now. A year and like 4 months or whatever it is. I got 4 more years left and I'm out of here. Boom! The fucking clock is on. The clock is on. The clock is running, rather. I'm fucking counting the months. It's just like every time I go to a fire now, it's fun, but I am beat up and it takes me almost a week to recover. I'm like, yo. After I'm done with it, I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? And listen, there's some fun fires, man. There's some shit where you're like, yo, this could go bad. And then when it doesn't go bad, you're like, that was fun. But yeah, I'm just too old for this shit, man. And a lot of us, we're all feeling it. And I'm trying to get back into shape, drop weight, just so that I can last a little longer. I got a couple more years left. I don't want to fucking be carried out in a stretcher or any crazy shit like that. John, and so, I mean, I get it that when people were getting fired because they didn't take the arm ticket, I understand that, but this is like a different level of assholery, right? And again, it's not tit for tat. It's not, well, they did it, we should do it too kind of deal. And there are a lot of people who didn't want to take that arm ticket, Yeah, Rip Curl, the angry daycare, where if your kid has a punchable face, he will get punched. But anyway, I don't think he's a Nazi. I wouldn't. Yeah, Sergeant Rocker. I wouldn't go that far. It's a little heavy-handed but he's not a good dude. I'll tell you that much. Listen, man. I hope I'm wrong. Listen, there are guys on the job who, like in their 60s, still rocking and rolling. So when I look at them, I'm like, well, this fucking guy can keep it together. So can I. But it's just that after every fire, it takes me like a day or two to recover. Whereas when I was younger, it took me a couple of hours. Maybe a day. Now it's taking me almost 2 days to recover. If I lay down after a fire, I'm fucking crippled. We all are. All the fucking senior guys. We get up, like after a fire, we relax for a little bit, we sit down. and then the tones go off, and then you get up, you fucking feel everything. I feel like I should be in a retirement home after every fire I go to now. It's that bad. But Sergeant Rocker, we need to fix the country. But Sergeant Rocker, fixing the country doesn't constitute that. There's a more deep-seated issue in fixing this country than firing people and doing what Doge is doing. Now, what Doge is doing makes sense. We're finding money, where who's funneling money here and where that money's hiding. That makes sense. But to fix this country, there is a deeper... Fixing this country, guys, is not going to take 4 years. I don't know why people don't understand that. Jason, my thyroid is squared away. I'm just older now. It just takes me time to people don't understand what a fire is. You do not understand. If you operate in a fire, that is more work in a year than somebody sitting at the desk does. Like, one fire we go to is more work than someone sitting at a desk. It's entirely taxing. And you have to keep doing that for up to 15 minutes to half an hour to an hour. It takes fucking forever, man. But anyway, fixing this country, guys, is going to take something way more work. Not firing a bunch of deadbeats, not fucking looking for money. It's a seed that was planted in this country 30, 40 years ago. Now you got all these idiots running around thinking poorly. It's also the way we think in this country. It just has nothing to do with just doing what he's doing right now, firing people and creating Doge and all that shit. It is far deeper than that. It was a seed that was planted, and we need to replant those seeds. We have to have new seeds. We have to have more American seedling shit where people are sprouting fucking eagle wings and eating bacon and saying, fuck that retard. Like, that's the kind of shit we need to do. This shit we're on now, where everybody's placating to, like, the gays and shit. They're like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not. It's not. If you want to break balls, break balls. Gay guys want to call straight guys, whatever the fuck they call us, so be it. We want to make fun of gays, fine. This country is placating to all of the wrong shit. I was watching Shifting Gears with Tim Allen, and even in the show, he was like, it's okay to be gay or some shit like that. I'm like, that's not how it. You can't be a conservative. You want to be a conservative, but you can't like tiptoe around certain subjects. If you don't like the subject, say it. Simple as that. Meanwhile, tonight on the Angry Truth channel, we're going to talk about something that instantaneously pissed me off. And yes, some of you are going to say, everything pisses you off. But this is a warning and an example of what not to do for the rest of the country. Yes, this country has gone to the bitch nigga network. You're right. It's fucking bad. I mean, I don't want to get started on a political rant with the whole black community shit, but I'm like fucking boom up to here with the bullshit in the black community. I'm up to here with looking at videos and watching black people destroy every fucking thing. And yet, some white asshole from fucking Brooklyn eating tofu is sitting there going, but that's because they never had a chance. Fucking soaking into that bullshit. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Like, and it's perpetuating the nonsense when some white fucking idiot, some liberal fuck is turning around going, well, it's not their fault that they're this way. It's absolutely our fault. Everybody who's still griping about the old ways, you got fucking Negroes out here talking about white people and cops. There are more black men killing fucking black men than cops killing black men. You have Native Americans still screaming about the land was taken from us. Fucking rain dancing, I don't know what the fuck you got to do, but it's fucking bullshit that you got a bunch of Native Americans still screaming about this is our land. It's not. It's gone. Say goodbye. Do some other shit. Whittle a basket together. Fucking sew some fucking blankets and sell them on the side of the road. It's done. Crying about some shit you cannot reverse is pointless. We still have a chance to fight to keep this country where it is, but there's going to come to a point where we can't even do that anymore. And then we're going to have to bow out gracefully. You know that the birthing rate here in the United States is either 2.6 or 2.1. Really low. And once that birthing percentage or rate breaks below 2.0, we're fucked. We're losing this country to Muslims and Jews, and no one is saying a fucking word. You know that the Time magazine had the cover of the magazine was said the new face of Europe? The new face of Europe, Muslim family. 2.3 is breaking even. So Dax ran. That might be where we are. I could just look it up. I have a phone right here, but yeah, man, we're fucked, and everybody's fucking sitting there and griping about bullshit that don't matter. It's bullshit. U.S. is at 6.1. Then yeah, we're fucked. Because if I'm not mistaken, yes, the U.S. birth rate as of 2022 is 1.6. So we're screwed. If I'm not mistaken, let's break it down. Of course, I can't fucking spell, or my fingers are too fat and hitting every other button. .9. Muslim birth rate is 2.9, right? So it's lower than that. Right, United States birth rate is 6.1. The global Muslim birth rate is 2.9. Children per woman, obviously, because it can't be a dude. Right, and let's see who else. That's 2.9 is a lot, guys. I thought it was higher than that. I thought it was 4 point whatever, but they said it's 2.9. So let's round it up to 3. We're already fucking behind the curve. And I think Jews are just as low as us, if not a little higher. Oh, Jewish birthing rate is just above 3%. 3% per woman, or 3.0 per woman. So they're just above Muslims, and then United States citizens, we are 1.8. And where do we get that from? We got that from the last 30 years telling kids not to have kids. We sit there. Very good, Sandy. We sit there and we told kids for decades that you shouldn't have kids now. Go out and sow your oats. Go have an adventure. Meanwhile, the other communities are sitting around and telling their kids that they need to be responsible at the age of 5. We're telling our fucking 23-year-old, oh, you haven't found yourself yet. Go and explore. When at 23, you should already know what the fuck you want to do. But the simple fact, guys, is that seed was dropped into this country and fucked us. Because now people are in their 40s trying to have kids, and what are they running into? They're running into the problem of not being able to have kids because they waited so fucking long. Now the fucking woman's vagina at 30, 40 years old is broken or dried up because she can't form a kid. And if she tries to have a kid, the kid's retarded or severely deformed. And don't forget all the bullshit that's in our food and the plastic in the water, the arm tickets being given to us on every other fucking thing on the planet, the amount of medications that people are on for bullshit. Now the birthing rate drops even more for that person. We are, guys, undoubtedly fucked. We are behind the goddamn 8 ball. But everybody else wants to sit there and cry a river about shit that's never going to change. The fucking black community doesn't want to look within and go, you know what? Maybe we should stop shooting each other. Native Americans, maybe we should stop crying about this is our land and see how we could rebuild our res to something of a nice piece of property. They don't want to do that. They don't want to look at it. Reses are fucking shit. Casinos are owned by fucking corporations where they have a Native American tap dancing across the fucking thing with a peace pipe. It's all bullshit, man. And we're all fucking arguing, screaming over that. Meanwhile, the elite, the people in control, are doing all this underhanded shit behind our back. And we're fighting with each other over George Floyd. Who choked him out? Who choked out the fucking Negro who was all high and shit and was slowing down his own breathing rate because he was high? But kids are a blessing, Florida. And that's the crazy shit. People like, you shouldn't have a kid at 21. When I had my first son, my oldest, when I was 22, I had him. right? Is that 22? 21. He was born when I was 21. People like, you're too young to have a kid. At 20 fucking one, I could put a gun in my hand, I can go drinking, I could fight in the war, but having a kid was no, no, no. How does that make sense? And this is where we are. We're here because we let the people from other countries infiltrate and drop these bad seeds in American soil. And then they told a fucking 18-year-old, you're too young to have a kid, but you can go take another life. You can't create a life, but you can take another life. And that's the bizarre shit to me. Oh, you're 25? Why would you have a kid so early? You're getting married at 25? That's too young. Here we are. Had my son at 20. Jeff said 22. Johar McKenzie said 20. Adriana said 21. And that's a fun age to have your kids that old. I mean, with my older son, I discovered that when we were able to hang out and do shit. Not like we were going to go clubbing together, but we were able to drink together and do shit. You know, and I was in my 40s. You know? I mean, shit, man. When he turned 21, I was, 42? That's a fun age to have a kid in your 20s. Right? So then and you guys can grow up and do shit. Having your kid at 40, when your kid is 20, you'll be 60. Now, unless you don't take care of yourself, if you take care of yourself, you should be fine. You can be able to hang out with your kid. But if you're not, your kid's pushing you around in a wheelchair, and that's what's happening. You got a lot of women who are turning around too late in the game and going, I wish I would have had kids. You know? Sorry, it's 25. Philip said 19, 20. Brian said never had kids. And again, that's the problem. People like with the, I don't want to have kids because look at this world. Look at the world we're in. It's bad. I don't want to raise a kid. That's a fucking cop-out. That is such a cop-out when I hear people say shit like that to me. Oh, I can't. What the fuck, dude? It's a diamond. All right. Give me 2 seconds. Nope, can't do it. Yeah, listen, guys, it's we're screwed. We are screwed. That's the bottom line. Especially if we don't do something now. But you know, cleaning house the way they're cleaning house, it's not going to help. We got to change the ideology of this country, and the ideology of this country needs to somewhat be on the same page. Yeah, groundhog, no dice. The ideology of this country needs to be on the same page. That's the bottom line. Other countries, they're on the same page for the most part. I'm not saying that everybody's going to agree with everybody, but the way a country's ran, brought together and helping each other out, every other country's somewhat on the same page. Now you got African nations, obviously, that are not on the same page. That's why they're doing the bullshit they're doing. But you got Irish people coming together because guess what? Immigrants are coming to their country, illegal immigrants at that, are coming to their country and fucking shit up. And now they had enough, and they're starting to they're handing out haymakers to everybody who's fucking in the way. That kind of shit I'm starting to agree with. Unfortunately, guys, I advocate for, backhands and haymakers. That's what I advocate for now. In certain situations, excuse me. Hudson Valley says you need to change the economics of this country for people to afford to have more kids. Listen, it's been my experience, and watching other people's experience. You have kids, you make do. That's what we always done, And if you're gonna have more kids, you got to strive to get a better job. Working at the Piggly Wigglies, McDonald's, or fucking Five Guys is not gonna cut it. When I had my first son, my oldest, I decided that I was gonna start working. And I had to make more money. I was doing the messenger work. I was on a bicycle at first, doing all the bicycle shit, racing through the city like fucking Quicksilver, Kevin Bacon and Quicksilver, except for I'm black and I'm on a mountain bike, but I'm speeding through the city. Then I started to step up and get jobs that were going to pay more so that I can feed my kid. And it came down to me wanting a better job to make sure that I can feed my kids. Then I became a fireman. I had 4 more kids after that. And I've always made it work. And that's the problem. And people don't want to fucking face that fact. Like, yo, you can't work at Burger King and McDonald's and be 40-something years old. I'm like, this is all I could get because that's where you strived. Unfortunately, guys, not everybody is able to strive the same way. It just doesn't work that way. Some people are just made to be born and insufficient in their life choices. It's just what it is. We can't sit there anymore and blow smoke up everybody's ass. And like the kids in school, you could be whatever you want to be. No, you can't. Your kid's a moron. He's not going to be a doctor or a scientist. Sorry. I could look at some of my kids and be like, nope, that kid's stupid. He's not going to do this. She might be, a nurse or a doctor. He might be a doctor or a lawyer of some kind. He's just good with his hands. Trade school. You got to be honest. You can't look at your kids and be like, you're going to be an astronaut. If your kid is licking the fucking walls, he's not going to be an astronaut. He's going to be a wall licker or a retard welcoming people at Walmart. That's his job. But this bullshit, kids can be whatever they want. No, the fuck they can't. They really can't. And again, not until we start changing the way we teach our kids in this country. That's the other side of that coin. Deborah says, Abbott, it does. I guess. I mean, listen, I have 4, and they're older now, so they're a little more self-sufficient and shit. And I think, 2 of them had jobs. My oldest and my second. But, listen, every guy that I work with, they say the same shit, but you adjust. You adjust accordingly. Simple as that, man. And I've always heard that it was always too expensive to have kids. Always. Especially around Christmas time. But we make it work. That's what we do. We don't sit there and, you don't sit there and fucking complain. You make it fucking work. You want more money, you go after it. It's a simple solution, guys. I wanted to fucking, when I became a fireman, I wanted to do the job because I wanted to do the job. I saw backdraft. I wanted to be like Bull, minus the open jacket and shit and the fucking burning inferno, but that's what I wanted to do. And I went after the job and I got it. Then I became a firefighter. I had my second kid and I said, you know what? I got to pick up a second job and make more money. And I did. I started working EMS. I rode in an ambulance like I wanted to do that shit, like I wanted a hole in the head. But I did. All right? And then after that, I started working security at some shady places, but I did it. Then I started a YouTube channel. And when I started my YouTube channel, for 5 years, I had no clue I could make money on YouTube. Imagine that. So, now here we are. Now I'm starting a photography business to make a little more money. Because that's what's required of us to move forward. I want to make sure that I can pay for my son's college. So I'm trying to start a photography business. Trying to make sure 2 of the mothers are squared away, so I'm trying to make more money so I can help them out when they need it. When I mean help them out, I'm talking about help them out, Not just kids, but like any other shit they need done around their homes and shit like that. But, again, I don't sit there and go, oh, the economy's bad. Oh, man, it's so expensive. I don't say any of that shit. I go after it. You have to go after it. I'm a freelancing life. But, yes, it's called Angry Lensman, Hill County Prepper. Angry Lensman Photography. Huh? Brenticus Maximus said he had his, deleted. And I don't see that here, Brenticus Maximus. YouTube also does a lot of deleting as well. I noticed that. People are complaining about it. I'll ask the moderators, and they didn't delete shit. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, sorry about that rant. It just annoys me that everybody, wants to cry, bitch, and moan. I'm like, yo, make it happen. Serious, man. It's just as simple as that. There's not one point in time where, and you know what? It came from my father. My father was like, because I used to play the woe is me card when I was younger. I was like, because I'm black and I had dreads, and to some degree, I wasn't getting work because I had dreads. That was true. my father understood a little better when I got older that it was hard for me to find work because of, like, again, who I am and the dreads and the whole nine yards. But anyway, I just made some changes. And now when I became a fireman, I had to cut my dreads because that was required of the job. And I wanted the job. And I was also losing my hair at the same time, so it worked out. But, Brunticus Max, like I said, if it's not there, it's not them. And I just looked back. I didn't see it. Gene didn't see it either. So calm down, damn it. So if you guys don't mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Sorry about fucking again going off the rails when we're supposed to be talking about what's going on. I'm just sort of annoyed with the crying. It's enough with the crying. Shit is going to get a lot worse. Things are going to get bad. Financially, spiritually, you name it. It's going to get worse. They're talking about the third temple a lot more lately. And I just learned about it. I'm like, wait a minute, the third temple? Are you fucking kidding me? And like, I heard about it, but I'm like, I'm thinking what I thought it was. I'm like, no, that can't be. That's stupid. No, why would they do that? Now the fucking Jews are like, we're building the third temple in Israel somewhere. I don't want to get into it, but we're definitely going to see some bad shit within our lifetime. Are we going to see a third world war? I don't know. I mean, with everything going on, who the fuck knows anymore? You know? But the what you call it, man? The crying and carrying on shit's got to stop. Hudson Valley says YouTube's been pulling some bullshit. Yeah, man. Yep. Yo, they've been on some. They be on some high shit. Like you should see what the other channels are complaining about. I'm like, and that's another reason why I'm pivoting with my photography business. And I'm like, I'm not going to be on YouTube forever. Obviously, whatever YouTube is doing, they're fucking some shit up. And whatever going to fuck up, I don't want no part of it. I'll make the money on here as much as I can make it. But that's it, man. After that, done. Again, people got to pivot. You can't come on YouTube or TikTok and then that's it, guys. Be like, I'm going to tap dance and make my videos. You got to start looking for another exit strategy. Always have another exit strategy in regards to this shit. Always. Because if you're going to be online, have an exit strategy. If you're working at your job, have an exit strategy. Always have a backup plan in case something goes sideways, because it undoubtedly will. There are a lot of federal workers right now who never thought in a million years, guys, that they would lose their job. And they're getting let go. So, you never know. Hell, they could be like, you know what, we're going to disband the fire department. We're going to bring in the robots. That could fucking happen, man. It's bad. It's bad, but you gotta think of another plan, guys. You gotta think of another plan. The days of crying and carrying on and blaming other people for it, it doesn't work. It doesn't hold weight, and it doesn't put food on the table, and it's not going to keep your kids safe. Like, not at all. Bonnie, I am on Rumble. For that reason. There are videos I can do. Like I'm gonna start doing videos, and you might see like a rough cut of me say something, or the video will jump. The uncut version will be on Rumble, because that's what required me. So anyway, guys, tonight we're gonna talk about, in the last half hour, we might go over a little bit, but not a lot. The tornadoes ripping through the Midwest, the stock market plummeting today. Not plummeting, but it dropped some. Plummeting would be like some crazy shit, like 20, 30,000 points, or rather, excuse me, maybe a little more, maybe 10,000 points or more. 1,000, 1,600 points is not the end of the world. We got to see what it does tomorrow. I know a lot of people were flipping out, but the Dow is still at 39 or whatever it is, 40,000. So it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but we're still going to talk about it nonetheless. The missing cybersecurity expert. That is what I want to talk about tonight. Also, Russia finally responded to Trump's threat of bombing Iran. So, India, we're going to start with the cybersecurity professor, Zhou Feng Wang, obviously Chinese with that name, goes missing. So Indiana University fired him. They scrubbed his profile off their website. The FBI then raids his home on the same day. Him and his wife go missing. A day before, that day, whatever it was. Now, his lawyer, or a lawyer, said that he has not been detained. I think he ran to a Chinese consulate, and he's hanging out there. Now, what was so bad that they had to go after this? And he is a top-ranking cybersecurity expert. Everybody is all over his dick. He is that good. He's like the go-to guy. I think his wife was in the field somewhere as well. It should be in the article. Nonetheless, guys, what's a red flag about this is that just early this year, I spoke about the WEF talking about a COVID-like cyber attack. A cyber attack of cyber attacks. The mother of all cyber attacks. The cyber attacks that would force every and all electronics to shut down. That being said, a few months later, this fucking incident happens. And this guy is the top tier cybersecurity dude. Restore justice. We probably do. It's probably under, like another disguise now, some shit like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. This guy was probably the ultimate Chinese spy, or he dropped something on the internet that can go haywire in any day. It could be that. Anyway, Indiana University fired computer science professor Zhao Feng Wang. Is it Zhao or Zhao? Zhao. Feng Wang. On the same day, the FBI agents executed a search warrant at two of his homes owned by Wang and his wife. The university removed the online profile of both Wang, who was a researcher in cryptography, privacy, I said that wrong, cybersecurity, and Nia Ma, his wife, an IU library system analyst. Wang's work at the University of Luddy School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering has been funded by multiple federal government agencies. I am pretty sure he was working on something for the federal government in regards to the COVID-like cyber attack, and he probably sold it to the Chinese and or gave it to them. Now, not for nothing, I'm gonna be the prick to say it, but if you are Chinese or Chinese descent and you are in a high value, top tier security job, like a top secret job, they should be watching your every move. If you scratch your ass the wrong way, they should be visiting your home. You should be under almost like a lock and key kind of deal, where your move is tracked everywhere you go. Now, apparently they've been tracking him, and they had to have told Indiana University what he did because they scrubbed his profile like he did not exist. Again, cryptography. Thank you, Dan Phillips. Appreciate it. And what the hell is cryptography anyway? I'm pretty sure someone's going to explain it to me now. All right, so he was fired, his wife, yeah. So a criminal defense lawyer who worked for the federal criminal investigation of then President Bill Clinton was at the couple's Carmel home when the FBI agents were searching it. They were looking for something. I'm telling you, he was working on something for the federal government, and he took it with him. That's why the criminal defense lawyer was there. Now, unless there was, it could be a curveball. They could have been smuggling kids. They could have been smuggling kids. It could have been that too. There's always that tiny bit of a curveball, but pictures of crypto. Come on, dude. Code breaking and making. Got it. Code breaking and making. That's how they make microchip processors. Cryptography. Is it? Yeah, because there's like fucking 8 different answers right now. All right. So, Indiana University fired a Professor Zhao Feng Wang on the same day the FBI agents executed a search warrant at his 2 homes owned by Wang and his wife. The union revealed Monday as it asked the school to revoke his termination. Interesting. The Bloomington chapter, but they both ran. So it had to be bad if they both took flight. The Blooming chapter of American Associations of University Professors, in a letter to Indiana University on Monday, protested Wang's firing, which said occurred without the highest level of scrutiny and process required by the university policy. The letter came as both the FBI and the university declined to reveal what led to the search of Wang's home and the termination of the tenured professor who worked there for 20 years. The guy takes flight, they fire him on the spot, and not to his face, obviously, and the FBI searches his home. But yet the union is like, but what did he do? Clearly he did something. Clearly there's a national security threat if this is going down. And again, it goes back to what the WEF said early this year about the mother of all cyber attacks. Now, this guy goes missing, and the FBI is searching his home, and Indiana University is like, nope, we don't know this dude. I mean, for the most part, they're saying that by getting rid of all of his, getting rid of all traces of him ever working there. Anyway, let's see. Indiana University spokesman Mark Bode, in an email to CNBC, said Indiana University was recently made aware of a federal investigation of an Indiana University faculty member. At the direction of the FBI, the Indiana University will not make any public comments regarding the investigation, Bode said. In accordance with Indiana University practice, Indiana University will also not make any public comments regarding the status of this individual. The university has removed the online profile of both Wang, who researched cryptography, privacy, and cybersecurity at the university's Lodge School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering, and his wife, Ni-Hong Long. I'm pretty sure it's not what it says. I think it's Ni-Nil Ma, Chinese, a system analyst and programmer in the university's library division. Maybe his wife was a spy. He found out she was a spy. She whacked him, buried him out back under the rose bushes. They're looking for both of them. Meanwhile, Foster Mr. Wang is, in the ground face down. And the wife is on a trip with a guy named Derek, spending millions of dollars that the Chinese paid him for a top secret program to infiltrate Americans' infrastructure. Could be that. Anyway, Indiana University professor Alex Tarford, the union's chapter president, told CNBC in an interview Monday that Wang contacted him early this month as the university conducted what had first appeared to be a routine investigation over a grant application and how he reported a publication of a curriculum vitae, if I said that right. Wang got whacked. Wang got wanged. Ain't no blackout ever gonna happen. SR is an idiot. And nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, SR is an idiot. No blackouts ever gonna happen. Obviously, blackouts are going to happen. Is the mother of all blackouts going to happen? Who knows? Talk to Delta and American Airlines when they got their shit hacked. They never saw that happening. They caused a blackout. But the mother of all blackouts, I guarantee we're going to see that. Unless it's just scare tactics. To get more Americans to do some bullshit we don't want to do. I don't know. Wang, who had been barred from his office and from access to his computer during the university's probe, emailed Tanfor on Friday saying, I've been terminated. Oh, so they did terminate him. He did know about it, rather, excuse me. The email arrived shortly after Tanfor heard from his daughter, who lives out of state, asking him what he knew about the news report of the FBI searching a house the same day in Bloomington where Indiana University is located. That house is owned by Mr. Wang and Ma. Scott Peace, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, boss. All right, so in a nutshell, guys, this is definitely very red flaggy. Could it be something completely different or opposite? Absolutely. It could be some shit that, again, they fucking sold their secret to the Chinese or maybe the Iranians. Who knows? Maybe they were helping the Iranians make their fucking nuclear power plant. Maybe they're helping the Iranians protect their computer system from outside hacking. Could have been anything. But being that WEF is warned about it, and the WEF also warned about Mr. 19. And they stated how the Mr. 19 event was going to unfold, and the source of the virus was supposed to be from a wet market in South America. Well, guess what? It wasn't in South America, it was in China. And it went down almost according to plan. So when the WEF talked about it and no one really believed them, now everybody's believing them. So when the WEF talks about the mother of all cyber attacks, I would put that on my radar. Again, not to worry, not to panic, not to flip out and cry, but just put it on my radar. That's all. Let's see. So the next article we're going to talk about is Putin's response to Trump. I'm not going to get into all that because I got like 12, 13 minutes of some shit like that. So Russia says U.S. threat of military strike against Iran are unacceptable. Russia said on Thursday, that was today, that that threats of military strike against its ally Iran were unacceptable and warned that attacking the Islamic Republic could lead to potential catastrophic results if nuclear installations were bombed. U.S. President Donald Trump threatened Iran on Sunday, this past Sunday, with bombing and secondary tariffs if Tehran did not come to an agreement with Washington over its nuclear program, and the United States has moved additional warplanes into the region. Nice. World War III. Asked about Iran's nuclear program and the dangers in the current situation, Russia's foreign ministry said Moscow has committed to finding a solution to Iran's nuclear program, which respected Tehran's right to peaceful nuclear energy. Which again is bullshit. We all know that's bullshit. That is the worst fucking lie in the history of life. So Iran wants a nuclear power plant for peace? No such thing. Not even close. This use of military force by Iran's opponent in the context of the settlement is illegal and unacceptable, Maria Zakharova, spokesman of the ministry, told reporters. The threats from outside to bomb Iran's nuclear infrastructure facility will inevitably lead to an irreversible global catastrophe. These threats are simply unacceptable. So now, is the irreversible global catastrophe hitting the nuclear site and releasing nuclear material into the air, or are they talking about a third world war? It could be either or, because I'm seeing what they're talking about. If you hit a nuclear facility, you can definitely fuck some shit up. That's for sure. Let's see. Western power accused Iran of having clandestine agenda to develop nuclear weapons capability by enriching uranium to a high level of fiscal purity. Fissile purity above what they say is justifiable for a civilian atomic energy platform. Interesting. Tehran says its nuclear program is wholly for civilian energy purpose. Listen, they have to have actual proof too. That's the other thing. I mean, unless I don't know. I don't know anything about this. All I said is that it sounds like they could, but I doubt it very much. It's Iran, man, and it's Iran. I don't know what else to say. Russia and Iran signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement in January, though there is no mutual defense clause. Under the agreement, it's if one party is attacked, the other will not help the aggressor. That's all it means. Russia condemned U.S. threat. Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Rybakova told the Life magazine. Rybakova said an attack on Iran could unfurl a broader open conflict in the Middle East. The consequences of this, especially if there are strikes on a nuclear infrastructure, could be catastrophic for the entire region. Okay, they are talking about that. They're not talking about nuclear war. They're talking about Chernobyl, like another Chernobyl. That makes sense. And it does make sense because when he said that he was going to bomb him, I'm like, why would you bomb a nuclear facility? That just doesn't make sense. But I'm like, maybe they're gonna bomb around it. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, last 9 minutes. Storm kills 6 as of right now. As of 9:51 Eastern Standard Time, storm kills 6 in the South and Midwest as forecasters warn of a catastrophic rain and flood this week. So the next couple of days, it's going to be nothing but flooding. What I should have done, it's too late now because I got to go to work tomorrow, was got out of work, had my tours picked up, and then just drove down there. Anyway, Lake City, Arkansas, standing alongside a twisted steel tractor on his family's farm in northeast Arkansas, which is actually, it's in northeast Arkansas on Thursday. Danny Quayles, interesting, looked on while friends and relatives helped him begin cleaning up. You should see some of these sites. Some of these sites are it's bad. I mean, like, where do you start? That kind of cleanup, you know? They're going to need help for months in that area. And it's a large area. It's like a lot of towns were destroyed. The flooding is even worse. And it's said that there's going to be more flooding tonight and tomorrow. In fact, one of the news reporters, when he was driving down there on I-40, which whenever I drove down I-40, it was always a fucking rainstorm that was like a monsoon. He said they got into some shit down there that was pretty crazy. And I believed him. Because I was on I-40 a couple weeks ago, last year rather, and I was flying. And I was flying right into a rainstorm. And I had to back it down to like 70. I was like, because the truck kept skipping as I was fucking doing 90, which I wasn't supposed to be doing. But my point is that I had to slow it down. And the winds was rocking the truck on top of rain, slick roads, and then the wind was knocking the truck around. So it was pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting trip down there. Let's see. The home where he spent his childhood is no longer there, was flattened by one of many tornadoes that left behind destruction in Oklahoma to Indiana. The first round of storms expected to bring historic rain and life-threatening flash floods across the nation's midsection in the coming days. So that's it. At least 6 people were killed in western Tennessee, Missouri, and Indiana in the initial wave of Wednesday and early Thursday that spawned powerful tornadoes, one of which launched light debris nearly 5 miles into the air above Arkansas. Texas Governor Bill Lee said it was too early to know whether there are more deaths as such. There's definitely more deaths, that's for sure. And if the flash flooding happens, you'll probably have more people on top of that. Devastation is enormous. Devastation is, where the fuck am I? Devastation is enormous. What's most difficult about it is you know that those areas' lives are destroyed. Those are lives destroyed. Their homes are destroyed. And again, I don't know what, like some of these neighborhoods or towns, they're completely leveled. Like if you were going to set up a forward operating base there or whatever it is, there's nowhere to set up. You're sleeping outside. Unless you're sleeping in like a town or two over that is still intact. More than 90 million people were at risk of a severe weather storm from Texas to Minnesota to Maine, according to Oklahoma-based storm prediction. There is supposed to be a storm headed this way tomorrow, Friday, so we should be getting some of it. I know a lot of Pennsylvania and Connecticut are getting a lot of that storm. I think the city is going to get skirted, but a lot of upstate New York is going to get some of this storm as well. There's a lot of flash flooding that's looming in many states, again, including even up here. Tornadoes leaving a path of destruction. We know that. The Dow dropped 1,600 points as U.S. stocks lead worldwide sell-off after Trump's tariff caused a COVID-like shock. He said this was going to happen. I don't know why people are surprised that this is going on. It's fucking mind-boggling. But anyway, that's pretty much what we need to worry about. The missing computer expert, cyber expert. That's just a little like, all right, where did he go? Did he sell the Chinese a secret? Did they kill him? Did his wife kill him? Did his wife kill him and leave him for a guy named Derek? Who knows, man? Is his wife and Derek in the Bahamas fucking enjoying the fucking money they got? Who knows? Or did they sell out the United States, drop some kind of worm or virus into the system, or some kind of cyber attack ready to set off any day? It could be anything right now. Because this guy had federal funding, and I'm pretty sure he had federal access to a lot of shit. Also, guys, if you don't mind, hold on. I gotta pull something up. There it is. All right. So, Refuge Medical is having a Mother's Day giveaway. For every $300 or $299 gear sold, you're entering a Mother's Day giveaway that has a basket full of special gifts for mom. So this is like for mothers and shit. So anyway, they wanted me to mention this. They had a March Madness over the stomp bags. The stomp bags are really good, and I know a lot of you are going to say their gear is expensive. Yes, their gear is expensive, but their gear is completely fucking worth it, if you ask me in my opinion. I have a lot of their gear. I bought some of their gear. Some of their gear was given to me as well. They have a lot of good shit, and even if you don't want to buy a full kit, you could still buy some of their shit separate, like their tourniquets, their airways protections, their bleeding and circulation, their stop bleeding kits. You don't have to buy their $200-$300 kits. They have a lot of kits. Plus, they also have excellent training. Refuge Medical's stop bleed training or trauma training is awesome. They have medicine video series. If you visit their website, I'll just put their website on here now. I don't know why I'm like I'm not going to do this. Visit their website. Start buying gear from them, guys. Start buying American. I am a huge fan of buying American. And yes, I'm willing to spend money on that. It's just what it is. We can't complain about buying Chinese and then complain about American prices. Can't do both. It's one or the other. Right? Like I found a camera bag, for example. I'm going to start reviewing camera bags on the Angry Lensman Instagram page and Angry Lensman YouTube channel. And I found a bag that's identical to Nomadic's bag. One's Chinese made, one's American made. I think Nomadic's is American made. Or American designed anyway. Two totally different bags. Nonetheless, I'm doing a review on that, but there's an allure to buying cheap. But a lot of the times you pay for cheap. Especially with the tourniquets they have out there. Cheap tourniquets will kill you. Refuge Medical is also on YouTube, Scrappy Cat said. That's what, if I'm not mistaken, that's what their medical series is on. It's on YouTube. Listen, good gear, good shit. The only problem I have with medical gear across the board is that, like with Refuge Medicals, they got a lot of snazzy kits, right? You look at these kits, you're like, man, that is snazzy. You're not going to use it as much. At least you hope that you don't have to use it as much. Like the camera bags I'm buying, like I could cycle them out anytime I want. But like these cool gear, like you're almost hoping someone gets hurt so that you can use it. That's how snazzy they are. But you don't want anybody to like really get hurt. I don't know, whatever. Maybe you do. But still, guys, look at their website. They got a lot of cool shit on there. I bought two of their stop bleed kits because it looked good. That's why I bought it. And then the supplies inside the gear are excellent. But I bought this shit because it's snazzy looking. Like their small of the back first aid kit, awesome. It's truly small. It does hide in the small of your back if you put it on a fucking belt of some kind, if you're a cop or an EMT. Their ankle kit is really cool. Ankle kit ranges from $100 to $200. But the ankle kit is really cool, especially, guys, if you are like a logger of some kind. This gear is fucking good to go. And if you're out in the woods a lot, their venture kit's pretty cool. Packs away nicely. A little square thing like this. It's pretty fat. Square. Put it at the top of your bag. Can't go fucking wrong. Anyway, guys, other than that, man, thank you for joining me. I will be pushing Refuge Medical's gear for the next however long. I do have a link in the description section below. I think you save like 5% or 10%, whatever it is, if you type in angry Negro, angry something. Just type in angry, and you'll get like a 5 or 10% discount, whatever it is. Other than that, guys, I'm going to head over to the Angry Truths channel. We're going to talk about something that sort of annoyed the shit out of me really quickly, and then off to the races. All right, guys, other than that, thank you. Appreciate it. And see some of you guys over in the Angry Truths channel.